And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Let's talk about something important. Put that coffee down.
I'm not here to waste your time.
Everyone has access to the information. We just know how to analyze it better.
Where else are you gonna have this much fun?
You the man. You the man.
Todd Father.
Show me the money.
What I've been doing, had to triple my bag. Had to triple my bag. Wow. Had to triple my bag. Wow. Had to triple my bag. Yeah. Had to triple my bag.
60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, it's no trick to make a lot of money. All you want is to make a lot of money.
What is up, guys? What is up? Hope you guys all had a grand weekend. We did not do a live show yesterday. Todd did a live show by himself. I also posted an interview with Lumios, a new dApp that is going to be built upon the EOS protocol layer, so we can talk about that briefly. Tonight, there's a lot to talk about. Obviously, Swell did start. Coinbase partnering up with Charles Schwab. We're going to get into, did you guys FOMO into Tomo? There's so much to talk about tonight. We're not even going to go through all the titles, as we're going to try to run through as much information as possible. Obviously, we got to have the man with the plan who's taking us all to Lambo Land, the Todd Father over there. Go ahead and take a look at the charts and the charting software. By the way, my name is Nick Hellman.
I'm Todd Butterfield.
There you go. We skipped that part all today. Make sure to hit that like, share, and subscribe button. We will be giving away 4 from last live show, but tonight we are going back to the crowd favorite. We are doing a Horizon ZEN giveaway. So in the comments section, leave a comment with your ZEN, Z-E-N, wallet address, trading on Binance, Bittrex, you name it, it's integrated. So get in there, get part of this giveaway, and that's it. Make sure you're subscribed and make sure you like the video as well.
And Dominic, be sure to fill up that tip glass.
Yeah, one penny tip at a time. Lammy J says XRP to 45 cents. Question.
Whoa.
We will see. That is Todd to look at the charts for you guys. We do know that, what's his name? Jet McCaleb will be dumping or is trying to dump as much of his XRP as possible, as that is his founder's reward for finding Ripple. And he's trying to get rid of it as we speak on a daily basis.
Whoa.
Based on the XRP trading volume. That's the contractual obligation they came up with. Shout out to everybody in here right now. I see a lot of the same faces, a lot of new faces as well, so it's good to have you guys back, and hopefully we can have a good show. So without further ado, let's jump right into this.
What pictures Carrie got in there? It looks like she was 19.
That's her high school picture.
What the hell? Dang.
So we go over on the coin market cap. Imagine that, guys. The market cap is $219.5 billion.
Coin market cap.
Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies has been putting us to sleep lately. Now you can either take the time off, stop doing the grinding, or you can continue to position yourself for the next bull run. Get into fundamentally sound projects, new projects, and there has been a few pumps here and there that I know that some of you guys capitalized on, as I've seen over on Twitter. Bitcoin dominance ticked up just a little bit today, up to 51.7%. Nothing really to brag about there. Bitcoin at 65, 61. I mean, XRP, though, whoa, that came out of nowhere. It was even for the day, now down almost 9% to 52 cents off the high. What did it run up to for you guys? 74, 79 cents? And that's really about all the action. Not too much in the top 10, at least. Big winners for the day is Hypercash. This is H-share. If you can see here on the 7-day chart, this had a massive explosive rally. We came on the show and said we would be taking profits. The very next morning, that thing dumped off. It looks like they had a name change here with the logo remaining the same. Don't know anything about that project, but hopefully if you guys were owning it and watched the show, you capitalized. Now you can maybe add back your position. You have it in Bitcoin, whatever you want to do. We got Loopring up 9%. Sia Coin up 6.5%. This one has seen some nice rally the past couple of days on the announcement that they now will become, or they're working to become, ASIC resistance once again. As you know, in the past, this was a GPU miner favorite because you could accumulate a large amount of coins relatively quickly. Then there was ASICs by Bitmain that were created that went on the network, making it near impossible, or definitely not affordable, for a GPU miner to mine this coin. Now, SC has been coming back. They said they're doing an algorithm change, their own new proprietary algorithm, and it appears that the public and investors have liked that with this growth over the next few days. Once that goes live, or once I get a chance, I'll take a look at that mining algorithm, and I'll let you guys know if the profitability is worth you guys to switch some of your gaming rigs or mining rigs over to their network. We'll toss it over to Todd for him to take a look at a few charts, and then we'll hop back over to us for some crypto news, crypto fundamentals, and of course the giveaway, which, as I know, is the only reason you guys even tune in to watch this show.
Exactly, the free shit. We got a 15-minute Bitcoin
Is
here.
to make a lot of money.
And
you gotta what is up, guys? What is up? Hope you guys
welcome. But I did that. All right, there we go. Thought that was your mistake. 15-minute Bitcoin. We've been doing this triangle that I've mentioned. I'm guessing we're still in that. That's the 15-minute. If you go down to the couple hours, I'd marked this a while back, an A, B, C, D, E triangle. In the E up, we're doing an A, B, C up because we had an A, B, C down and maybe an A, B, C over here. So that's probably, that looks like the best count, which means we get a rally to 6,900, 7,000 that quickly reverses. I'd like to see that rally and then see how this 6,400 level holds up. I think then if 6,400 would give up, then we're probably going to see one more spike down. But as I keep saying, I mean, if we go back to strictly Wyckoff, because that's really what I do, I hate to get caught up on an Elliott wave count and miss what's a big low because we're still testing the lows. We're not breaking down here. So I kind of want to give it the benefit of the doubt that we're still headed higher. Just anxious to see how we act when if we do get up to 6,900, if any volume really comes in, and then again, if we hold those gains, which will be interesting. So here's XRP. Let's look at that real quick. A lot of people are in there. We kind of gave the buy down here that would have been an ABC down. Our software didn't really give us a good technometer reading down here. It gave us a little bit on the OP. I probably am guessing we're doing actually a triangle as well here. So maybe get a breakdown to 49, 48. And that'd be the C wave of the triangle. I wouldn't be scared off by that. If Bitcoin does collapse below 5,800, then I'm guessing Ripple could go down and test that 36, 37 level that a few people have talked about. So, but I think that's not going to happen here and now. So. And then Litecoin, I mentioned maybe a leading diagonal and be a buyer down here below this 56.60. If we get down there, I think I would nibble on that. Again, if we get the software showing something. I probably can't show the software till 15 more minutes because the developers have been working on the caching everything on my server to get it ready for subscribers. So they went through all my requests. So it's shut down till 7 o'clock. They think at 7 it'll be okay again. Then I'm going to switch it up real quick. I know a lot of people here talk about gold and silver. This is a current GDXJ, which is the gold mining juniors, the junior gold miners. And I just wanted to show this on here. I think it's an interesting chart. Back here on this spring and test, price held a higher level while the OP went to new lows and gave us an oversold technometer. So it was easy to have bought in there. And then here we come down, more selling volume, a new low in the OP. Price comes down again and just tests the lower support. And we get a technometer oversold again. And then today we really, well, it looks like to me probably is now the bulls overtaking. So I'm guessing gold and silver here could have a pretty good rally. They've been beat up pretty good. And then let me see what else here. One more chart. ABX. Actually, this is a point and figure chart showing accumulation down at the bottom. We're at 1160. I got a couple things missing here because I wasn't going to show this, but it looks like we got accumulation where we could take this to $15 on the point figure chart. If we go back to the vertical line, I'm not logged in, so it's not going to show it. It's interesting on American Barracks because instead of testing a previous spring, it's actually, what really it's doing is backing up to its creek. Sorry, I had all this on here before, but I mean, that's kind of what it's doing. So, and those are normally things you want to look for. So the miners here was testing a previous spring, which is bullish, but this one is actually testing a jump across the creek. And this backup to the creek is coming in at the same levels as preliminary support came in. And in some of the Wyckoff lessons, a lot of times you'll see preliminary support coming in at the same time as the backup. So worst case, we could probably stop here, come back and test it again. I'm not really thinking that's the case, but that chart looks good. So that's American Barracks, which is leading then the precious metals higher. So that's something I think to watch tomorrow and the days ahead. So
Sweet.
That's all for right now.
There you go. Grab this back. Really, the first thing I want to talk about, this is the most shilled coin I've seen on Twitter in a long time. A lot of the OGs, a lot of the big name miners, big name crypto Twitter influencers are talking about Tomo chain, TMO. Hence why I said, did you FOMO into Tomo? They were this morning even really shilling it hard, saying this thing is about to go to the moon. Obviously, we have seen a little bit of a pullback. Now, I don't know much about Tomo chain, but essentially it's supposed to be another protocol token with some that can house some Ethereum smart contracts in order to allow for 2,000 transactions per second in their phase 1. Their mainnet is launching this quarter or next quarter, I believe. So I've not done a full fundamental review on this. All I know is all of the big name guys are accumulating bags and are talking about it and shilling it, which means they're going to continue to do that in the next bull run. So I think this is one maybe you need to take a look at with a 20 million market cap trading on KCS. Now, it has fallen back down to 5,500 Satoshis. I tweeted out earlier, where is it? Letting you know that the run up on KuCoin may be over, because I let you know about the info about how they were doing that vote. And that vote spurred interest from 15.9 thousand Satoshis all the way up to over 20,000 sats. Earlier today when I tweeted this, we were sitting at 19.5. I said you need to decide if you're going to want to sell on the short-term downward pressure that is going to happen when selling will begin on October 7th, or if you just want to continue to hodl and get the bonus trading fee rewards from KuCoin shares. I opted to sell mine. I put an order in for Tomo around 5,000 Satoshis with no research, which you should never do, but it's a very small portion because it's just that little KCS short trade profits that we made. And we'll see what happens. This is the type of shilling I have not seen since Tron first came into the market, since XRP went from 20 cents to $3, etc. And the names backing the shilling. That's a lot of big name people, a lot of followers that are going to be stacking their bags full of Tomo chain, trying to become master node holders, and trying to pump this thing to the moon. So I think it's one to keep an eye on, one that I want to dig in and do more research on for you guys. But I just want to let you know I did close out of that KCS trade that we were talking about last week, as that voting cycle is over and people can sell on October 7th. And moving it into here if it has a further drawdown. So that'd be another 10% drop, and then I would take a small position in Tomo. All right, what are we going to be talking about today? Well, Chris Dodds from Charles Schwab, board member, is joining Coinbase's board. Charles Schwab, if you guys do not know, is a brokerage account, one of the most popular brokerage accounts, and it's actually where I have my 401k through my work. It's a trading platform. Now, he is leaving Charles Schwab to join Coinbase, but they're bringing him on because they think that his addition to Coinbase board is part of their effort to expand our financial services capabilities as we head into the next chapter for the company and the cryptocurrency industry as a whole. I do not know, it does not really mention, see here it makes it sound like who serves on the board of directors of the Charles Schwab Corporation. That terminology and that wording means to me that Chris is not giving up his duties at Charles Schwab, but merely also getting on the board of Coinbase. Rumor has it that Coinbase is looking to do an IPO in the near future, providing equity or shares in its company to the public market. We'll see, obviously, if that will correlate with a Bitcoin ETF, correlate with what Grayscale has going on and the backed exchange. Only time can tell. But Charles Schwab is a massive brokerage dealership. It's probably one of the largest, like right up there with Fidelity, I would assume. This is another step in the right direction for this institutional investable infrastructure being built around Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. And these are the kind of things that we like to see if you really believe that cryptocurrencies are going to become legitimized. People like Chris Dobbs cannot just serve on a board that is meaningless if they're working on the board of advisors for Charles Schwab as well. I thought that was pretty interesting.
Let me add something to that too, because I mentioned on here a couple weeks ago that I was looking at software that would help someone like myself or hedge funds trade cryptos. And that's coming from Caspian. And Coinbase and Caspian just announced a working partnership like 10 days ago as well. So, I mean, Coinbase is making the moves because that's going to allow money managers and hedge funds, and it has an order routing system to go to the best exchange, et cetera. So Coinbase is making the moves. There's no doubt.
Shout out Hilton Stone. Welcome back to the channel. Glad you finally made it. Shout out to G Money, Clifford Chapman, Johnny M. Cool. Glad you guys are in here. I don't see any real major questions, just discussion, so I'm going to move on to the next exciting news article for the day. This is StellarX wants to take over the world. Now, we all know that Swell is live, and I actually did give a shout out to XRP, and I still got hammered. So the first tweet I've ever said that was positive about XRP, and people still get on my back. I can't win. I'm done talking about XRP. Essentially, I talked about how the Swell announcement occurred of launching XRapid, the first and only platform that will use Ripple's native token XRP for transaction settlements. These three companies have agreed to be the first users and testers of the platform at launch. I think these are like banks. This is a bank for sure. I know that. So that will be interesting. We'll see what that means. Obviously, you guys know that for the fundamental perspective, I have not been a fan for XRP because it did not have a use case. Now that use case is finally there with the launch of XRapid, where any transactions that occur on the XRapid platform will settle with the native token XRP moving forward. Now, that doesn't really answer the question of whether that utilization will occur on the network, but does that really give velocity to the XRP token itself? The reason I say that is a lot of these banks are just going to use it as a settlement token. Essentially, I would send Todd 1 million. I would buy 1 million XRP, send it to Todd, and then he would immediately sell the 1 million XRP for the cash. Is that going to create velocity of the utilization of that network to draw price increase? That answer I do not have. I think there's going to be speculative pumps. We try to buy it and sell it off of the trading software. You guys forced me to buy XRP at 45 cents, and we sold it for 90 cents on the last pump. So it is what it is, but I just want to present the facts here with what's going on with XRP, and they finally are releasing their XRapid platform, which will use that token. So, StellarX wants to take over the world. What is StellarX? StellarX, the built-in decentralized exchange for Stellar Protocol, recently announced its full launch, putting the Lumens token several steps closer to conquering the world of digital currencies that is. That's a little bit of a biased statement. I wouldn't have even been that biased. And the Lumens token is the XLM cryptocurrency. Quote, "We're methodically positioning StellarX to be the most popular place to trade in the world. The exchange's advantages over Ethereum decentralized exchanges. These include no-fee trading, optional KYC, and most importantly, fiat trades and pairs." In what the foundation called, quote, "a first for a decentralized platform, the StellarX exchange allows users to directly fund the app with the dollar through ACH transactions." So for those of you who are saying you don't like Coinbase, I know somebody in here said Coinbase, maybe StellarX can be the new fiat onboarding platform of choice for yourself. The app also includes tokens for euros, yuan, pound, and other fiat currencies. Traders can also exchange other digital assets through tokens representing Bitcoin, Ethereum, and tokens from other blockchains, which are expected to, quote, far exceed the assets on other DEXs. Security tokens like stocks, bonds, land titles, and equities will also find homes on the exchange as it develops its infrastructure. So there you go. That is pretty exciting. You know, a lot of people believe decentralized exchanges are the future for the mere fact that you can reduce or eliminate trading fees. Also, it is supposed to be a lot more secure than a centralized exchange because you are still holding the private keys and holding ownership of your Bitcoin before you trade it. And then with some relayers, you're actually settling peer-to-peer with an open world order book. Now StellarX is being built on top of the Stellar protocol, utilizing XLM as its native cryptocurrency. We'll keep you up to date with this. This has launched. I have not used it yet, but the first thing I saw was no KYC, ACH transactions with fiat onboarding. That would be pretty nice. That means I don't have to, have Coinbase and the government monitor every time I dollar cost average in my cryptocurrencies. Maybe I can sneak it on over to the StellarX and do decentralized exchange transactions, meaning I still own my private keys when I'm trading those. Because I know that's the big reason a lot of you leave it on exchanges for the ease of use and the fact that you do want to do day trades and swing trades here and there. And DEXs really can be that solution for ownership, security, and trading. So we'll see what happens with that moving forward. What do we got going on over here?
Peach is 11.
Peach is 11.
Just got wrenched.
You guys have any questions over here yet in the chat box? No real, last live show we had so many fundamental questions. We could have talked and talked and talked. Today it looks like you guys are just having a nice conversation, listening to what we're talking about and doing your own thing. Jay Solomon says, everyone loves Tomo. Nick, please do a video on TFD T-Food. I'll have to take a look into that.
Hugo's in here.
Shout out to Hugo, the man.
One thing I wanted to mention, it's not on, I thought maybe Carrie had it on the blog, but I don't see it there. There is on the blog about the CFTC chairman saying that cryptocurrencies are here to stay. That was a good article. But there was an article talking about a lot of Bitcoins trading on the over-the-counter markets with hedge funds picking it up. And I believe that, and I think those guys are going to be hodlers. They're going to not be selling out for the first 1,000 up or a few thousand. I think Bitcoin's moving into stronger hands myself, and it's doing that on over-the-counter. So people are going to pick it up and hold it for new highs. So I think that would be interesting on the way back up. I don't think there'll be a lot for sale. So I could be wrong. Do your own research. But that's my thoughts. And then I was going to show. No, I wasn't going to show. This was a Bitcoin chart from a few days ago because somebody mentioned volume is slowing up on Bitcoin. We're coming down to this apex. On the Wyckoff course, accumulation is normally violent up and downs, and then we come down and spring support, try to get people to sell out. So the whales, composite man, insiders, whatever. So, we've done that. We're coming to an apex. Volume is slowing up. That's a sign of accumulation, but that doesn't mean that the whales, the composite man, or whoever won't go down for a shakeout just to try to mop out the last of the sellers and get the cheapest Bitcoin that they can. So, that still could. So, I think you need to own Bitcoin here. You need to buy it if we break down one more time. But I think we're in accumulation. And I still think a lot of people are hoping for the shakeout. A lot of people. This chart pattern is not impulsive. I know a lot of Elliott Wave people, companies, advisors, and they're all basically bearish, looking for one more break, because you cannot call any of these moves compulsive here. But I don't know. It'll be interesting because it seems like to me everybody is short and looking for another new low, and it's just never that easy. And I saw some people making some rude comments on Twitter that the whales are not going to give you 5 times to buy Bitcoin at 6,000 before it goes to 20,000. I think the other side of that is, they've given you 5 reasons to sell at 6,000 and to get shooken out of your Bitcoin, which I think is what a lot of people have done. So they scared you 6 times, or they've scared you 5 times, might scare you one more time. But I still think we're in accumulation. I think we're coming in late in the year, and I think we'll end the year good. So it's just a matter of whether the whales can push it down one more time. And in a bigger market, I would say they couldn't. Maybe here on Bitcoin they can, because it wouldn't take but a couple whales probably to get the ball rolling. And they probably would like to get the last of the suckers to sell out. So I just think it gets interesting here in the next week or two before we end the year on a good note.
Well, let's do this giveaway real quick. Now, we do have a few people over here. Rick says the Cardano volume has been epic recently, so when we come back to you with the trading software, maybe you can take a look at that and look at the trading volume across 96 of the top exchanges in this crypto ecosystem. We have a couple people debating here with XRP, and then Rocket366 says BNB pump, BNB gas on DEX from CZ. That is another announcement that has been made, that CZ announced that Binance will be creating its own decentralized exchange as well, once again using the native token. Now, I did tweet about this. I said that the ecosystem, the value propositions for the BNB token grow with every single ecosystem addition. The reason I say this is CZ is a smart guy. Binance is smart. Although you cannot own equity in the company, BNB token is the closest you can get, because each additional implementation they add to their company, to their ecosystem, always uses BNB as the native currency. They're forcing a use case and a value proposition for that cryptocurrency all the time. I think it's one you need to hold on to. I think it's one that is very interesting. And I think it's one that, it kind of had its run up and its dump and it's just been sideways for a while. But, that again could be an accumulation before we go higher. Now, it still has a $1.2 billion valuation or something like that. So it's not a small cap by any mean. But I think it is one of those safe players, because I really think Binance and the ecosystem they are creating is going to be around for a long time. I think the winners of this entire crypto ecosystem and community is going to be Coinbase, with what they got going on with all the partnerships, as well as Gemini and Binance. Those are kind of going to be the rules of the roost, in my opinion, moving forward for cryptocurrencies. And at least with BNB tokens, you have a way to invest in one of them, and maybe Coinbase IPO coming soon. But I have a stinking suspicion that is going to be quite overvalued at its IPO price. So let's do this giveaway. Let's do it. Oh, also, it's nice to see you back here, Patrick Rooney, because you were actually the top super chat right there. Patrick Rooney, $20. Unfortunately, Hilton Stone, you did donate $20 last live show, but for some reason, it's like a first in, last out methodology if you're familiar with accounting, and it has Patrick Rooney here at 20. Now, for the next show, I might have it be like a rolling top super chat, because I know there's 3 or 4 or 5 people that all donated exactly $20. So I'll make sure to get your name on there for next show, Hilton Stone. Sorry about that.
Then we got to do the most numerous donator.
Yeah.
That'd be K9.
That'd be Chris K9 for sure. So if you guys ever, not that we're asking for them, but if you ever do donate, these are all hooked up to Streamlabs. That means right when you donate, these automatically update, and you'll see your name here either for top donations with our Streamlabs link in the description, or just using Super Chat as well. So that's how that works out.
Is up.
Sweet. Let's do this giveaway, and then we'll toss it over to the software for Todd, because he's got some interesting technical analysis going on over there. So if we go to our homepage and we scroll down, we did do this interview last night. I would definitely check it out. It is for a dApp called Lumios, a new dApp being built on top of EOS. This is kind of a blockchain social survey application where you actually can earn Loom tokens, its native token, by simply participating. Whether you host a survey or answer surveys, you earn money and you get paid, with the final goal of creating security, privacy, and ownership of your personal digital footprint. For more information, I'll check that out. Definitely interesting. And the fact that it's kind of having an airdrop ecosystem means that everybody has a chance to make some free airdrop coins over there. I would definitely give it a watch. It kind of showed, and he also, this is what was most interesting, at the end, asked him why he built upon EOS. And he actually was a developer on Ethereum and others, and he went into details why he built on EOS versus some of the other options, Ethereum, Ethereum Classic, Neo, etc., etc. So some good insight there from a developer who used to actually work for Google and Amazon. So there you go. So we're giving the giveaway from this live show. We'll grab this.
Shout out to Rooney and K9.
Uh-oh, we'll have to get to that in a second. Here we go. So we got 70 unique commenters trying to win some 4. Let's go ahead and hit that button. Round and round we go. The winner of the 4 giveaway is Joshua Berman. Joshua Berman. Hey, Crypto Fam, a good friend of mine.
That was rigged.
And I was stationed in Iraq with a diagnosed with ALS. He's got a GoFundMe to buy a handicap-accessible van. Please consider selling a little of those bags and donating a little cash to his cause. He is a good dude. Well, there you go. So Joshua Berman was actually the individual that visited us from Africa. And he, the only reason he even came back to the States is he was visiting a former military service member who was diagnosed with ALS, unfortunately. And it seems that they have a GoFundMe page. So Joshua, for that, I'm going to go ahead and send you your 4, and then also the 4 I was going to send you, I will just sell for cash and send to the GoFundMe. Now, I got to prove that by Todd because that's coming out of his pocket too.
Yes.
But we'll go ahead and make that donation to you, Josh. Thanks for visiting. Thanks for coming on the show, and hopefully your friend gets better because we all know ALS is a son of a gun. All right. Let's see what we got here on the Patrick Rooney $10 super chat. You gotta ask a question or something. And then Chris K9 giving the $1.99. How about accumulative for me? Soda time. Shout out to you. Now these texts down here should automatically update, and if they don't, I'm pretty upset because that took a while to set up through Streamlabs. So we'll see if these update for you guys here moving forward.
I think they're supposed to update pretty damn quick.
Every 5 seconds, I believe.
Whoa.
So we'll see. And your coins did go over here. That's nice to see.
We'll see just how good you are.
Well, we'll see what happens. Doesn't look like it's doing it as of now. So we're going to go ahead and throw it over here to the trading software. Go ahead and do your thing.
I was running through some. Let's see how easy I can do this. Since I'm not really prepared. I mean, there is Bitcoin USDT. So you can see here we kind of respected a downtrend line I have there. And again, I just did these last couple of minutes. I just ran through a bunch of them real quick so I can show them faster. Still, the interesting thing is the OP continues to hit a new low. So we're doing that as we speak, which means continued sell volume coming in. And for so far, price is holding. So I don't know whether the selling is going to overcome or whether the selling is still coming in because the charts look so bad and everyone knows we're breaking. So until we probably can get below that 6,400, 6,300, and the technometer's at 42, which is not bullish. 38 is considered bullish. You know, a few days lower here, we'll probably get that done. So I don't know, interesting. This is Bitcoin USD. No, hold on. There's Ripple XRP USDT. You can see here, not much to add. I mean, we had a decent buy area, but we're still at 47 on the technometer. OP's been pretty bullish. There has been volume coming in on Ripple, so no real help there. This is XRP USD. I mean, we was friendly down here around the 52 mark. Technometer is still up at neutral, so really not much to add there. What we got else here? Bitcoin Cash. We had a buy signal down here on the technometer. Again, technometer's neutral, 45. 44 is being neutral. Not much to add on Bitcoin Cash. And that's USD. So I don't know if anybody has any specific coins they want to go over.
Somebody wanted you to take a look at XLM and ETC, and somebody was talking about the volume from Cardano as well, ADA.
XLM, ADA. I mean, Here's XLM USDT. We've shown a buy signal down here with the technometer down at 38. We did touch a 49 on the upside, which was really close to a sell here at really 0.26. So we're down a penny from there. But if you go to XLM USD, and again, guys, I'm trying to get comfortable with all this myself. If you go to XLM USD, you can see here that actually it got a sell of 55. So XLM short term here probably looks like we did an A down, a triangle, and we're going to head down and break this 23 level. Because we did get a buy down here, like I showed you on the last chart, and this was friendly before, and then it quickly went to a sell. So again, to throw LA wave on that, you probably would say, well, we had 1 up, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, and then an A down, B sideways, and now a C down coming. So a break of 23, I'd be a buyer, especially if the technometer would come back down to more oversold. As you can see, the OP here just continues to make new lows. So continued selling in all these coins. Here's XLM BTC. Technometer's neutral. It went to a new high on the OP here, while price didn't. So it would look on XLM a little bit down here. I'm going to go back to XLM USDT to check that OP again. Again, the OP Force Tech loads a little slow because they're custom indicators grabbing 5-minute data. So you can see here the OP is really matching price, where in the XLM USD it's much, much weaker. ADA USDT. Actually, it's all loading a little quicker tonight. So, I mean, there is, we had a buy signal back here when it held the lows. While the OP went to new lows, technometer came down to oversold. Really had a buy in this area, and we're still neutral. OP is trying to hit new lows, so once again, volume coming into the downside while price is holding. So ADA looks a little bit better than XLM, kind of charts close to the same. This chart, if you just throw an Elliott wave on it, would look more like we did a 1, 2, 3, and we're completing a triangle here. So, but I'm guessing XLM and ADA will probably do the same thing. So whether they're doing a 4th wave triangle and going to go higher, or whether they're doing an A, B, C for one more down move before they dig in for a better low.
And then Chris K9 for his $1.99 super chat wants you to take a look at co-vesting COV. I don't think that is in the actual trading software, but if you can take a look on TradingView, that would be awesome.
And there's ADA USD. Volume has been following it much better. And then again today we go to a sell on the technometer at 50.05, which again would make you think it's a little bit more like XLM, where we're going to have a 2-day correction here probably to come down a little bit more. I don't remember whether the COV's on here or not. No. There's a chart we've always been looking at. I mean, really just holding that support down there, the 910. We kind of thought it'd hold higher than that based on the chart pattern, but still holding in. So
this is one I still kind of like, and they're going to be doing their main release here in a little bit. So we'll see if they can drive users over there. I know they just added a couple more people, big name people over to their team. And I think the copy trading feature is one that can set them apart. And as long as they implement a referral program, then I think it will be good to go in order to get that user base rocking and rolling over on that co-vesting exchange.
And I'll make a note. They got my software on a staging site, so I really can't add, delete symbols. But at some point, that'll be easy to do. And anybody that has coins they want to see on the software, I'll add to it. So, no problem.
Patrick Rooney says, I've been all out since 14K Bitcoin, thinking about jumping in soon. Just hope I didn't miss the boat, or I don't miss the boat. There you go. Yeah, if you've been completely in cash this whole time, I think it's probably about time to start laddering in just in case, Patrick.
Here's EOS, USDT, OP, again, downtrending. That's sell volume coming in. Price is still relatively holding. Technometer is not at a buy, but getting close. So EOS would look good probably, but just a little bit down here. Go to EOS USD. See if the OP changes here. I was discussing whether just merging the two USD, USDT, because that's kind of what I'm going to do for trading purposes, but not sure if that's the answer, because you see on most of these USD charts do not have as much selling coming in and mostly less volume. So again, OP doesn't really give you buys and sells as much. We would have had a sell up here, almost a buy over here. But now we're 44 neutral. OP nothing, so not much to add there. Let's look at EOS Bitcoin real quick. When it shows the history loading here, that means it's trying to load the custom. So yeah, nothing to add there either. Following it pretty close. I won't have broker integration into the software. No, I'm really not prepared for that. That would be cool, but that would be a step, I'm guessing, a little bit on down the road. I've had people want me, to take it over to Ninja Trader, things like that. But we never have done that because we don't want the OP force and technometer calculations to be getting out, because really you won't find those anywhere else.
And Johnny M. Cool says, Linda is the only one that matters right now. Everything else is a she's coin. Well, if you guys did jump on the boat, I did go ahead and send another massive tweet why I like Linda, and then I followed it up with Linda up to 23 sats, who got in at 16 sats on my recommendation, a 44% gainer with a big month ahead. They're supposed to have announcements, interviews, videos, whatever it may be, every single day of October. Here at Learn Crypto, we may or may not have a scheduled appointment for some Linda announcements and a Linda video. So we shall see moving forward. Really, as far as Tony to buy now, I don't know, because it's already had a 44% rally, although it has pulled back to, I think, 21 Satoshis currently. I have an order. I'll tell you where my order is at 18 sats. So if we have an 18 sat, a pullback to 18 sat, to retest that little bit of movement we had from 16 to 18, I am looking to add to my position there, as I think, and I'm hoping for some good announcements, good volume, and some good old-fashioned FOMO into Linda in the month of October, November, as the bull run starts as well. So we'll see if that all adds up to a big winner for us here at the community. And I know a lot of us are staking it as well, so just keep on staking, keep on noting, and keep on doing your thing. Now, another coin that is being shilled a lot lately, and for a pretty good reason, is Pundi X NPXS. Now, we have seen that this is their point of sale is live. So essentially they have like a point of sale terminal, which they're giving away or getting integrated into companies. And you can, of course, use their native currency Pundi X, but other cryptocurrencies as well in a point of sale system. Now, the value propositions behind the NPXS token is pretty nice. They are implementing it as kind of a reward program for users who buy and sell things with cryptocurrency. But what I do want to do is damper some expectations here. Now, I'm seeing this pop up on the shill list a lot for Twitter as well, kind of like Tomo, like we talked about, talking about the chart, talking about, oh my God, the POS is live, we're going to kill it, here we go. Now, I want you to see what's going on with this market cap. So before it was unknown, we had great prices. As soon as it was released, we had to sell off because obviously this is overvalued with this blue line. Now, the reason I wanted to temper some expectations is if you go to page 26 on the white paper, during their ICO, which occurred in January, you actually only received 30% of your Pundi X tokens up front. The remaining 70%, which you purchased at IPO price, are released on a monthly basis for 3 years. That means every single month from now until January of 2020 or 2021, there's going to be more and more 2% of the ICO of PXS, the Pundi X tokens, being released into the circulating supply. This is obviously not going to help the supply and demand curve because there's going to continue to be more and more tokens put in. That means you got to replace those with some investors, users, etc. But also the mere fact is that after this 3-year period, you might have a subsequent dump. Now, 3 years is a long time away, but we'll see how this monthly release affects not only the market cap for the coin, because obviously that's going to happen, but also if people are going to start selling. Now, the good thing for holders of PXS is I don't think that there will be many people selling, because you actually get punished if you sell tokens before the full 3-year period is completed.
Punished?
You get punished.
Okay.
You will receive less Pundi X tokens than what you purchased through your ICO due to this contractual agreement you agreed with during the ICO sale. So I hope those of you who got involved in Pundi X during the ICO with not trying to swing trade it, day trade it, or panic sold it, because those tokens you're owed, you might not be getting them. So we'll see what happens moving forward, but just keep in mind that this is one that has a very large total supply, with only less than half of the circulating supply in existence right now. And like I said, that is going to increase by 2% per month for 2.5 more years. So that might cause some downward pressure on the price. It definitely will start to inflate this market capitalization. Now, we do know that a lot of people in the crypto space don't do math or don't look at market caps. So I'm not saying that Pundi X will and can't see a pump, as they do actually have a viable product that is out in the ecosystem. But just beware that that is going on behind the scenes if you guys were not.
I'll take it back. I'm going to school them just a little bit more because I think it's important. This is Bitcoin USDT. Can you bring up my chart over there, big guy? Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, we got Bitcoin price versus USDT. Down here is OP. Again, that's volume. So it's not like on-bounce volume, because if you bring this up, it won't look this way. It's taking 5-minute volume during the day and then posting it on a daily basis. And then again, people are out here talking about, you know, volume is low here and there, and they've got a chart of one exchange up, which makes no sense. This is up to 95 exchanges, so we're getting a good look at volume. And then the software is breaking it down every 5 minutes. So you can see here, I'm showing that today's close, we actually went to a new low for the chart that we have in front of us. So if you go to a 5-minute chart, it's going to break down that whole period into 5-minute swings with volume. So there's 5-minute Bitcoin, which you can bring that chart up, obviously, anywhere. But now it brings up 5-minute volume from 95 exchanges. So you can see here that, you know, everything over here, volume goes to a new low, price doesn't, which is really why I was friendly down there before. And then you had a technometer that was oversold, so that gave you this bounce. And then, but probably this was ABC to the downside over here. And this is an A up. And then we're doing another triangle, because everything looks pretty good really over to this point. And then this rally had no volume on it. This was not very much volume coming in. Then you've had volume actually then collapse here. While as we talk right now, price is still holding. So with that in mind, then you would have to say that back to like I've had before, I mean, you would think that so far this looks pretty much like a triangle formation, which would go back to my other Elliott wave count, if you want to talk about Elliott wave, which would be the A up, a B triangle, and then a C up coming. And then that C up would go to new highs for this move up into this level, 6,900, 7,000, 7,100. And volume probably has been lagging, so it won't go to a new high, which means the rally to 7,000 probably doesn't have enough support behind it, and it will fail. So I think that's where we're at right now is, you know, as we're still holding support here, going to try the upside one more time. But what this is telling you is that the public is selling here and the whales are holding it up, or the whales are selling massively while the public is holding it up. And when the public can't hold up anymore, we're going to collapse. So,
and I kind of think it is the public panic selling just by what I see on Twitter, etc. And I think it's the whales saying, oh no, we're going lower, keep on dumping.
Yeah,
and they're just soaking it up. They're soaking up all the 6K Bitcoin they can get their hands on. adding to their bags. And then as well as institutions have the same mindset,
Right.
so it could very well be them as well. They did this during the internet bubble and the dot-com bubble. This is what they do. They're going to soak it up until they're ready to go, and then they're ready to start making their revenues with products, trading desks, and just overall market growth. So,
and then all I try to do is, if we go back on this chart a few more weeks to the left, then as anybody knows has been on the channel, is at that 6,300 level, it looked like somebody was supporting it, a few weeks before. And then it looks like somebody supported down here at 61.94. So I've had 2 buy signals down here and no real strong sells. So I don't know. I mean, I still lean friendly, and I probably lean friendly until that 63.50 level here probably gives away, because again, it looks like just somebody is still supporting it. If you trade this pattern over time, I know you'll be right 6, 7 out of 10. This might be the one where we collapse, but that's my 2 cents worth.
cool. See what's going on over here. We got not too many questions. Somebody wants you to take a look at ZEN if you can on your software, as well as DGB, Digibyte. Somebody did say I do have several interviews with Digibyte. That is true. I've talked to their ambassador on many occasions, a couple of them professional, a couple of them for fun, and a couple of them for speculative reasons, whether or not Digibyte would actually add staking in the future, which I know that their developers have been discussing as well. Somebody else says, Linda, the mistress even your wife loves, a 44% gainer plus your mining rewards. Like, I don't want to talk about it more than I do, because you guys know I own Masternodes. I'm transparent with anything I own. But I'll tell you what, waking up every morning, seeing rewards, getting a staking reward, watching it go up, and it's such a small cap. Although there is risk with microcap coins, I think this is one that is probably a pretty safe bet. Worst case scenario, it hovers around this range and you just earn your staking rewards. And if you don't like what's going on, you can sell those rewards to Bitcoin Cash, whatever it may be.
So Dominique says, breaking 80% of BitMEX is short, while the top leaderboard traders are 70% long. I mean, there you have it. I don't know. I mean, that kind of plays into what we're saying. And Taj says, whales dump, public follow, then noobs. I kind of agree with that, but I don't think the whales are going to dump. The whales are trying to get the cheap Bitcoin that they can, but they're not going to dump. They might sell a little bit to get the ball rolling, but I don't think, you could say whales are going to sell a little bit to suck the public into selling everything they've got, and then the noobs to get short. But interesting what Dominique just said. So what's up, Ted Graham?
The last news article I got for you guys today, then we'll let Todd do some charts. And also, if you are tuning in late, make sure to hit that like, share, and subscribe button. But don't forget to leave your Horizon ZEN wallet address in the comment section below for your chance to win one full ZEN coin, currently valued at around $16, I believe. So there you go. Just being an active community member, sharing our stuff, making sure you subscribe to the channel, and leaving that comment gets you entered to win. We always draw that live during the next live show. And even if you aren't present, I will still make sure to send it to that ZEN wallet address. So here we go.
And then send some recipes for Carrie, because she's trying to get the crypto cookbook done for Christmas.
Yeah, that is cool. We were talking about that. Carrie came up with the idea to do a cryptocurrency cookbook, and it has some, if you want to shill your own coin, now's your chance. Like if you love Digibyte, maybe you have a recipe called Digibytes, and it's like blue cheese bites with breading or whatever, something like that.
With pork.
With pork.
It's a Digibyte pork blaster. It's a Digi cheese bite pork blaster.
There you go. And it does look like the names did update. So there you go. Chris K-Knight and recent super chat $1.99. There you are, my friend.
Cool.
So this is the one where I was saying, is the government starting to back cryptocurrency? Cryptocurrency is, quote, here to stay, CFTC Chairman Giancarlo says once again. Bitcoin may never replace the greenback, but the flagship cryptocurrency could achieve significant adoption in the 2/3 of the countries without stable currencies. We've been talking about this a lot with Venezuela, Iran, and others, especially Turkey as well, where their native fiat currency is now worthless or having a tough time to maintain value compared to other assets such as USD, the euro, gold, and silver. That statement might sound like a thesis put forward by an early Bitcoin adopter or perhaps a forward-thinking hedge fund manager. In actuality, though, that bullish forecast was issued by John Christopher Giancarlo, the top derivatives regulator in the United States. Quote, I personally think that cryptocurrencies are here to stay. I think there is a future for them. I'm not sure they will ever come to rival the dollar or other hard currencies, but there's a whole section of the world that is really hungry for functioning currencies that they can't find in their local currencies. There's 140 countries in the world. Every one of them has a currency. Probably 2/3 are not worth the polymer or the paper they're written on. That's a lot coming from a guy that is in the government. That's probably not what they want them to be saying. And those parts of the world rely on hard currencies. Bitcoin or another cryptocurrency may solve some of these problems. We are seeing Dash reach out into Venezuela. We're seeing Digibyte reach out to Venezuela. And we continue to see Bitcoin blossom throughout the world. It is being purchased so much. I think I can't remember the stat, but in Brazil, it's something like 30% of Brazilians actually own any stocks, but 60% of Brazilians have purchased some form of Bitcoin, meaning maybe $5, maybe $100, or maybe several $1,000s. So much so that Brazil's government did actually implement an official regulated trading desk for Bitcoin down there just recently. It's coming, guys. We don't need the United States and the China for it to become a reality. It starts with the third world countries, second world countries, and then eventually, unfortunately, it might come to each and every place that you guys are living in the first world countries. Quote, there's no question the United States is leading in a number of areas, but there is other areas as well of innovation where I think it makes sense for us to take a little bit more of a thoughtful and intelligent approach, just as the U.S. Congress did 20 years ago in the early days of the internet. With favorable government regulation and kind of a hands-off approach, look what the internet has become today. Who would have thought 20 years ago that we would be interacting right now, live broadcast with you guys, allowing 100 people to be in the comment box while reading a news article that is posted by a news platform. Pretty impressive. Let's see if the U.S. Congress or if Giancarlo can get the U.S. Congress to have the same hands-off approach. I think the backed exchange by ICE will launch in November. I think a Bitcoin ETF is coming in February of 2019. And I think the overall fundamentals for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies moving forward is supremely bullish. That is from a macro view. Now, will we have some turbulence? Could we break one more time lower? Sure. But I'll tell you what, you do not want to be sitting on the sidelines when this thing has a face-melting volatility spike to the upside. I know a lot of you guys, even in this community right now, do have cash or are all cash waiting for 4,000, 4,500, 5,000, whatever it may be. For your sake, I hope that happens, but I do not see us getting that low anytime soon or maybe ever again.
I'll talk about ZEN BTC for a second. I don't have ZEN USDT on here. I said that's been a problem with the software. I think I gave them the wrong symbol, so I'll get that fixed soon. But here's ZEN BTC. I mentioned here the blue was a sell because we just started getting overbought. And then we was at 56, 57 here, which looked bearish on ZEN. But then you can see here over the course of really 3 days, we go from massively overbought to almost a buy signal, 39.91. And then that got the spike today. So I would say ZEN's looking a little bit better on holding support here and trying to work higher. And then Digibyte. Let's do Digibyte USDT. Dang, that was quick. Not much to add there. Really, last thing showing, yeah, we went buy and sell quickly there. So kind of neutral on USDT. Let's see if this one looks a little different. DGB USD. Volume trending higher. Technometer's overbought. So not much help there.
Wonderful Block says XRP final low in. I think the chart was saying that we will have a few cent pullback, if I remember correctly. Do you know
we
what
could
your
have
price
a few
target?
cents back down, possibly on Ripple. I still would like it.
And S. Taj says, Nick, if the XRP is rank 1 by year end, how How's that day going to be for you? That's Taj right now. I'll say it on a live show. If XRP is rank 1 by year end, I will give you I'll give you access to all my crypto wallets, and you can have all my cryptocurrency. There you go. Me? There you go, Taj. I know you're going to need some cryptos because I know you're on the sideline right now waiting for that 4,500 Bitcoin. So I'll make sure you can restack those bags if XRP goes to number 1 by the end of the year.
Number 1.
Number 1.
Spikes at the end of the year. XRP USD waiting for... everything's still, I would just say, triangulation on XRP here until we get something solid out of Bitcoin.
And Amber wants to know if you can take a look at Dragon Chain, DRGN.
Got it. There it is. I mean, nice rally off the bottom, a quick 100 and some % off the bottom. I would guess you could count some type of 5 ways on the upside and ABC pullback here. I would think 31.20 or so was support back here. So I'd buy anything a little bit lower than where we're at, below that 3,400 level. Look for it to come down to maybe 3,100. I would think that coin looks good.
Oh God, what did I do here? As Taj now every single day is going to be talking about XRP. He said, whoa, Nick, you just made my day already, LOL. Right. And Johnny M. Cool said, I got dibs on one of the Zen super nodes. Oh, man.
I got a super node.
In my pants. Well, that's really about all we got. We went through so much.
You want to talk about a new website we got? No,
we're not doing that.
Sorry.
God. That is not official, guys. Erase that from the history of your mind.
Oh, sorry.
The Men in Black Flash, whatever it may take.
We're kicking some ass here soon.
Oh, man. And then Aussie Enthusiast says, Digibyte number 1 by the end of 2019. I get all of your crypto. I like Digibyte, but that ain't going to happen. I can see Digibyte.
Ripple, Digibyte, ZRX.
I can see Digibyte work his way up to like the top 15, though. I can see that as a possibility. And then Lammy J says, Nick broke January 1st, 2019. Yeah, I'll be done. I'll be rage quitting. I'll be deleting YouTube live streams, deleting tweets, because I'll be rage quitting on that one. That's Taj. I'll say, I don't know who you are. I'll be gone. Changing my name and everything. Moving away.
I'll have to start putting some coins away in a different wallet for you.
Yeah, start moving. I'm going all to XMR so you guys can't trace any of that shit. That's awesome. Well, we had a great show tonight, guys. A lot of news. Not so many fundamental questions from the chat box like usual, but hey, it is the first live show of the week for us. And, of course, Todd is always doing his thing over on the chart. So if you have any comments, questions, concerns, leave them in the comment section below with that Zen wallet address for a chance to win. Make sure you like. Make sure you share and subscribe. It really helps us out. We really appreciate it. Shout out to Patrick Rooney for another $10 donation and being the top Super Chat donator. And shout out to Chris K9 with a $1.99 Super Chat. And hopefully we answered all the questions you guys wanted for those donations. We appreciate it.
Yep.
That's what keeps the lights on over here. And by God, I'm going to need it because apparently I'm giving all my cryptos up to Taj when Ripple XRP becomes number 1 by the end of the year. Find us over on Twitter. And until next time, guys, stay tuned for your daily updates on cryptocurrencies right here at Learn Crypto.
Peaches got her wrench. And Hugo, yeah, the site's awesome.
You guys are terrible. You guys are terrible. We got to end it on that note. We will see you tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. Central Time, giving away that Zen, giving away some more Zen. Maybe I'll give away some Linda. Who knows? Buy yourself some Bitcoin, have some fun, and we'll see you later.
Hey, stay positive, pal. Most people, when they lose, they whine and quit. But you got to be there for the turns. Everybody's got good luck. Everybody's got bad luck. Don't run when you lose.
Play hard, play clean. Careful out there.
We'll see you all again. Sleep tight.